Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Chris. We are heading into the hottest parts of summer. August is right around the corner, and August is when it's the hottest here, at least where I live. And I'm looking forward to the hot weather because it's been really kind of a cold, rainy, overcasty summer here. So bring on the hot weather. I cannot wear all perfumes for scorching hot weather. So I have a list of fragrances that I think are fabulous when the mercury rises and it gets really hot. So before I get started, let us all know down below what your favorite really hot weather fragrances are. And with that, I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start off with a repurchase for me. I wanna say this is bottle number 3. This is from the Hermes line. You can get these really nice, well-made fragrances on the gray market at a discount now. And this is Jardin Sur Le Nil. And I did not have this perfume. I went through a couple bottles and I did not have this perfume for years after I emptied like the second bottle, and I just missed it. So I bought it again. It's a very delicious green mango. So it's a really interesting, fresh, citrusy fragrance. I think it has a little bit of grapefruit, lemon, maybe a splash of orange. It's got mango. The mango in here is on the green side, and it has, I think, a little bit of tomato leaf, gives it a little bit of vegetal greenness. And there is a teensy bit of sweetness. I'm not talking gourmand level sweetness, but just a touch of sweetness, whether that's from the mango or there's a little bit of carrot in here. So a little, a fresh, natural, fruity or vegetal sweetness, very unisex, lighter wearing, but it is terrific in the hot weather. A new pickup for me from a line of fragrances that I love. I gotta shake up the bottle because the bottles are so pretty. This is Blanc Polychrome by Allegoria. This is like, you must be a citrus lover to love this. If you struggle with citruses and you're on the fence with citruses, this is not going to be the fragrance for you because this is really, really lemon forward. And I'm talking about lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice without any sweetness. And it probably has some petitgrain in here, maybe Nerolia, because I do get a beautiful white floral with some greenness. So I'm guessing Nerolia, maybe petitgrain. It's musky, and I want to say this has a little bit of oak moss in the dry down, but it's not damp, it's not earthy, it's fresh. There are certain types of oak moss that can have a fresh quality. This one is that type of oak moss that has a fresh quality. Wears lightly. I spray this on my clothes and I can get at least a half day, and very unisex in my opinion. Speaking of unisex fragrances that are fresh and unique, Pacific Rock Moss. I don't even know if this is marketed to men, but I think the draw is more towards men. I love to wear this too. My husband got a sniff of this and fell in love, so we will be sharing this as the weather warms up. So I would call this a fresh, citrusy, aromatic fragrance. To me, it smells like sweet lemon water, and you added some aromatics, some herbs, like fresh herbs, a little bit of lavender. This one also has a splash of oak moss and some soft, light woods in the base with a kind of a slight, very subtle muskiness in the dry down. Very, very nice. I just imagine like an Australian surfer wearing that in the summer. Another really good one. I like the idea of mint in fragrances, but so often they come off smelling like toothpaste or mouthwash. The one standout that I still have after a couple of years is by Eldo. This is You or Someone Like You. This to me smells like you fused jasmine green tea with a mint julep, and that's what I get. It's pretty straightforward. This is a mint forward fragrance, but I definitely get a tea note, whether that's in here or not, and I definitely get a little bit of jasmine. So a nice, fresh, mint forward fragrance that does not smell like toothpaste or mouthwash, and it's very light, it's very airy. It's light and airy, but still has somewhat of a presence, so this isn't going to burn off in about an hour. And I just think that this is a terrific work scent, grab and go, and something that has worked really well in the hotter weather. I showed this perfume last year and a couple times this year, and it unfortunately has sold out where I bought it. I bought it at So Avant Garde, and it is sold out. A couple of you have found it at different places. I think Saks Off 5 one other place. I'll link it down below if I can find it. But solution number 2 by, I think it's called Off-White or Paperwork. They have several in the line. I have one other. I'd like to get my nose on others, but I love this fragrance. This was recommended by one of you out there. This is a citrusy fragrance that is unique because it's not just your typical lemon, you know, bergamot, grapefruit. This is tangerine. So it's still has that citrusy freshness, but it has a teensy bit of sweetness. It has ginger that makes it nice and zingy. Some underlying white florals, I would say neroli and orange blossom. This is so good. Terrific for hot weather. Great grab and go. This will be in my white t-shirt fragrances because I just think it's very versatile and wonderful in the hot weather. And it also would make a really good work scent in the summertime. Okay, I told you guys I'd be upsizing to a full bottle once I smelled Sun Bleach by Unui Nomad. This is, you know, kind of clean girl. This smells like freshly washed linens with a little spin. So it's a little bit salty. It's a little bit beachy. I have no idea what the notes are in here. I can just tell you what it smells like, but it smells like you've taken some laundry, you've dried it outside, warming in the sun, but it has a little bit, to me, of a beachy vibe, like a sea spray vibe. So it's got that clean laundry with a sea spray, a little bit of salty vibe. My husband says he gets a teensy bit of like a cotton candy sweetness. I do not get that in here, and it does wear lightly, so I have been reaching for this and wearing it at work because I feel like I can wear a scent, but I'm not going to overpower anybody, and I just feel fresh, clean, summery, beachy, and light. An oldie but a goodie. Anything from the Dolce & Gabbana light blue line is something that's terrific for the hot weather. I personally have the Summer Vibes one. This is the light blue with some tweaks. They added a little bit of peach. Frankly, sometimes when I wear this, I cannot smell the peach. And then other times when I wear it, I can smell the peach. I think the original notes are, you know, like apple and some other citruses. Definitely has musk in here. So it's a fruity musk. It's a fruity musk. And this one has less of that heavy musk that's in light blue intense. It's a little bit more lighter wearing, a little bit more fruity, and a little bit more, I would call it translucent. Sometimes light blue intense would have a heaviness to it because the musk was could get a little bit strong in the humid weather, but a terrific grab and go, and you can get these, you know, on the gray market almost for a steal now. A very, very unique fragrance that I think works really well in the high heat, and I see nobody ever talk about this one from the Greedy line. This is called Siracusa. It kind of smells like the bottle looks. So this has lemon blossom, linden blossom, some really interesting green notes. I want to say like there's palm leaf in here. There is a green almond. So you've got this white floral, lemon blossom, linden blossom, interesting fresh palm note that gives it a leafy greenness and some kind of creamy green almond. This one starts off very fresh, very green, almost aromatic in the beginning, and it dries into a little bit more of a musky scent with a subtle touch of woods. I don't even know what woods are in here, and a little bit of sweetness. I think this one has whipped cream. Man, let me tell you, the whipped cream is really in the background, but very unique, very fresh, fun fragrance that works well in the summer months. I wore this one last year. I'm gonna grab, I think, my very favorite summer fragrance of 2025. This one, I love this one. This is Porthole. This was kind of viral from a niche standpoint, summer 2024, and now I don't hear anyone talk about it, which is great. I would say fruity notes in general aren't my favorite. I do enjoy them, but nothing like I love like a white floral. But man, this is probably my favorite fruity fragrance at the moment. This is, you know, your classic summery tropical florals. Pineapple, passion fruit, maybe something else, but those are the main fruits I get in here. Maybe it has a little bit of mango. This one has salt, and it has like an iodine note, which sounds weird. I mean, maybe it gives it the slightest bit of like a salty metallic thing that sounds terrible, but when you combine all these notes together, it's just perfect for the summer months. Do I wear this in the winter? No, because there's something so refreshing, so clean, so juicy, so fresh, so light, so salty, so summer forward about this perfume. And if I had to pick one fragrance right now, today, I don't know what is today. What is today? I want to say today's July 24th or 25th. I would pick Porthole because it's going to take me through the rest of the summer and make me feel amazing. You know what? I think this is going to be my scent I'm going to take with me on vacation. I'm traveling. We're going to the Northeast, Maine, and then Cape Cod. I think this will be my scent of vacation. Another good one from the Hermes line, I just have a travel spray in this, which is great, is Jardin Sur Le Toi. So this is a grassy, red fruit, rose, pear fragrance, and I don't know, I just think that fresh green grass goes lovely with a pink rose with a little bit of thorns. The red fruits in here I think is a red apple, so a little bit of a red apple and a very, very subtle hint of a pear sweetness. This is a fragrance that contains pear, but the pear is not overpowering, and I think it just lends, maybe this and the red apple lend a teensy bit of sweetness without being, this is not a gourmand and this is not syrupy sweet. I think it just keeps that grass note, that green grassy note in check. Terrific for the hot weather, and to me this kind of smells like something you would wear to go watch a tennis match at Wimbledon. One I used to talk about basically in every video. I gave it a little bit of a break, but I love Cedrus from this Chloe line, another one that was recommended to me maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago by one of you. I think your name is Barb Bright. I love this perfume. It's kind of in the same ballpark as wood sage and sea salt. This has a little bit, you know, it's a little bit different. This isn't as salty. This one isn't quite as aromatic. This one has a big touch of oak moss, but the oak moss in here isn't wet, isn't damp, isn't dark. It's a very, very, very fresh oak moss. And I don't even think citruses are listed, but there's citruses in here. I would say maybe a light bergamot, oak moss, a little bit of a woody musk in the dry down. And this one, for a light, fresher fragrance, actually smells really nice. This is chic, elegant, classic. I would say this is like understated elegance, or like something like a quiet luxury. Speaking of Jo Malone, I'm not going to show wood sage and sea salt, although I think it would be terrific. In this video, I'm going to show something a little bit different. A very, very fresh floral. This is Wild Bluebell. I emptied, several years ago, I had the smaller size, emptied that, waited a few years, and I missed it. So I bought it, I want to say last year sometime. This is a very fresh, watery floral. I think this is supposed to smell like blueberries and bluebell, something along those lines. But what I get is like a fresh, green, musky, dewy floral that has hints of like a peach and a watermelon. I'm quite sure that watermelon isn't listed, but I get a watermelon vibe. Maybe there's something aquatic in here. Very light, very fresh. It's that fresh, dewy, slightly green quality that gives us something that makes it very, very wearable in the hot weather. I'll be reaching for this one in August. I remember when this next perfume came out, it was completely viral. It was viral on social media. It was sold out, and I paid full price for this baby. And now, since, you know, it's kind of died out of, fell out of favor, and no one talks about it, you can get this for a steal. But my daughter and I both really enjoy this one, Candy Number 4 by Thomas Kosmala. This is a very fresh, fun, fruity fragrance that has a note of cotton candy, but it's not heavy and it's not overly sweet. This has that, a little bit of that Baccarat vibe going on without the spun sugar, without the dentist office, and then add a pop of very tart citruses. Strawberry, probably raspberry, a little bit of cherry. Very fun, very fresh, this has a lightness to it. It has a transparency to it, but this one has really, really good lasting power. So it's going to project, but it's not going to overwhelm, and something really, really fun. Another grassy fragrance that doesn't feature the note of grass, but it smells kind of grassy to me, and to my friends who smelled this. I brought this to work one day and I thought this one would be like nobody would like it because I have a good idea of what my friends and coworkers enjoy, but I wanted to wear it. It was one of those warm days we were having, and I wanted something fresh and refreshing and green. And so I chose Poeme de Sagano. The first thing you're going to smell when you spray this is like freshly cut green grass. And that's what I thought the notes were in here until we looked them up and noticed that it was bamboo and mint. So it's that bamboo mint combination that really does smell like very realistic, freshly cut green grass that just smells really good. And the added citruses give it a freshness, so it just doesn't smell like your lawn, like you're walking out on your lawn after you mowed it. It actually smells like a very nice perfume. Very well executed. This is very unique. I really, really enjoy it, and I only tend to pick it up on the hotter months. Could I wear it other times? Sure, but this is just something that draws me on the hotter weather. And the last one is my newest pickup from Guerlain, from the Aqua Allegoria Forte line. This is Vetiver, or Neroli Vetiver. And this is for the people out there, very, very unisex, who enjoy Neroli and who enjoy Vetiver, but don't like it when either of those notes is super overwhelming. So this does have a white floral, like an orange blossom green aspect to it. It smells like, you know, an orange blossom with some petitgrain, a little bit of greenness. And it absolutely has vetiver in here. But the vetiver, there's something very, very smooth about it. I get a little bit of sweetness in here. I do not think that there's vanilla. I wouldn't go as far as to say there is the Guerlain sweetness in here, but it's not a harsh perfume, and there's something smooth about it. Smooth, it's very smooth and very, very creamy. So whatever that note is smoothing out that petitgrain, that orange blossom, neroli, and it's smoothing out the vetiver, even though you get both of those notes in here, or all three of those notes. There's something very smooth and creamy, almost lotion-like quality in the dry down. Really, really good, and I think this one would work very, very well in the hot weather. So that's it, some of my picks, and I just looked over at my fruit basket and noticed that a fragrance that I love to wear in the hot weather is sitting in the fruit basket. I'm gonna toss that in. Let me do one more before I call it a day. Sunplosion. I'm gonna do a different video on fresh and fruity, but Sunplosion has always been one of my go-tos for really hot weather. This is a happy, happy fragrance. When I need like a happy lift, like I have to go to work and it's summer and I'm gonna be working for 12 hours, this one is my little fruity, summery pick-me-up. This smells like an ambrosia fruit salad without the heavy whipped cream, without that heavy like marshmallow cream. It's very, very nice and musky and a little bit woody in the dry down. Very light wearing, but I can get this for around 4 hours, and I always, always pair this with a Bath & Body lotion. So that's it, my top fragrances for hot weather. The hottest month of the summer is just about to be upon us, and I'm looking forward to wearing these. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet mentioned your favorite fragrances to wear in the hot weather, let us all know down below. And for that, I'll see you on the next one.